I usually don't think when I surf at all. Like, I will get off a wave and not know what just happened. But sometimes, like, I'll see or I'll feel myself doing things and be like, oh, I don't like that. I'm pretty picky about my arms. And I feel like with the women especially, their arms can really showcase their style. And I kind of always have been just trying to be really minimal with surfing and not do too much, keep it simple and clean and graceful. When I was young, I pretty much just tried to keep up with my brother and his friends, and they would always just like leave me in the dust and be like, no, you can't surf, it's too big for you. And like I always just like, no, I can do it, and like just follow them around and try to keep up and do what they were doing and surf how they were surfing, and I kind of just wanted to be one of the boys. My childhood was following my brother around, and I'm sure it was pretty annoying to him, but I loved it. I definitely think surfing around a bunch of boys really pushes your limits because they do things and you're just like, how did they do that? Like, is that even possible for me to do? And you just keep trying and you see what they do, and I'd always ask them like, how do you do that? Can you teach me how to get barreled? And it was really cool because they're just always open about it and always trying to push me to surf waves that I would never surf. So I feel like that helped me a lot to not be afraid of bigger waves and kind of just go for it. When I was young, I was like pretty much any other little girl shortboarder. I wanted to be like on the world tour. I thought like that was it. That was the coolest thing you could do. But as I kind of grew, I realized that I don't have that competitive drive, and I kind of felt like there was more for me to do, and there's like other ways for me to grow in surfing outside of competitions and all that. And once I kind of realized that and started digging into that, I started to ride different boards and kind of experiment and surf waves that I wouldn't usually surf, or ride boards that you wouldn't usually ride if you were practicing for a contest. And I kind of found what I love there, which is surfing all kinds of boards and all kinds of waves and making my own fun. I feel like it's just special when you have a board made for you with like how you surf in mind. It really makes all the difference. I met Thomas Beckson, I believe the first time was in Bali. I had heard of him, I'd seen how well people surfed on his boards, and I was just like, oh, I really want one of those boards.
My name is Thomas Beckson. I'm from Noosa Heads in Australia, and I make surfboards. Longboards, mid-lengths, shortboards occasionally, a bit of everything, just depending on the waves, kind of ride what suits. Being in Noosa is great for making longboards because it is one of the best longboard waves in the world. I've been shaping boards now for 20 years. I got into shaping originally just because I wanted to try different types of boards, and it was a cheaper way of doing it rather than buying them. And then I just kind of fell in love with it. I mean, it's pretty rewarding to make something and then go ride it, and then to see your friends and other people enjoying something that you've made as well is quite rewarding. And now getting to work with really talented surfers as well, it's kind of cool to be able to push the boards to the limit, make fishes that you see at 10-foot NEAS and longboards being ridden, and WSL and Relic and all that stuff is kind of cool. It must be doing something right.
I ended up borrowing one of his personal boards. I think it was like a 910, pretty thick, like really big board. And I surfed it and I was just like, are you kidding? Like, I want this. Like, I don't want a smaller one. I want this replicated. And he's just like, I think we're gonna need to make it a bit smaller. But it was pretty much unlike anything I've ever tried. And being able to like talk to him and be hands-on with my boards, I feel like has really helped me a lot.
Hey guys.
It's funny, you can, have a board and you make the smallest little changes to the rocker or the outline or the rail profile or something, and it can really change the board a lot. It, might turn an average board into a magic board, or go the opposite way and make it not perform as well, or you might make a board nose ride better, but then it's not going to turn as good. Constant sort of balancing act of trying to, I think there's no such thing as the perfect surfboard.
Knock, knock.
Hello.
Nice.
How you going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good.
What you got there?
Step there.
Nice.
Nose rider.
That's good.
Small wave special.
Perfect.
Nearly finished. Just gotta clean it up.
Awesome, looks sick.
The new board that Sierra just got is sort of similar to her old one that she had, which was actually based off one of my boards that she borrowed when she first came to Oz or something. It was just a board that I lent her to use that she liked. So we made a slightly smaller version for the first one that she had, which was a 9.8 or a 9.9, which for someone Sierra's size is kind of big still. I just wanted to give her something different to try and see what the feedback is, and then you go from that to the next board and try and take what she liked about that board and what worked, and then use that and then tweak some other stuff that might not have worked as good as you hoped, and go from there. So it's kind of just a constant evolution. As a surfer, it's helpful for her because anyone that rides more or a variety of boards, I think they end up being just a better all-round surfer, which I think that really helps. And then, when you're making a longboard for her, you can sort of think that she's not just going to be hanging 10. She might want something that'll turn a bit more as well, or something that'll surf in bigger waves as well. So how's the new board?
It seems to be working good. Yeah, it's been working really nice in the bigger waves. Nose rides well, turns really well. It's a lot
being
easier.
a bit shorter is a bit easier.
That helps a lot. Yeah, it turns so much easier, and I feel like I can do full turns rather than on the 9.9. I was kind of like
just coming down.
struggling. I feel like my steps work out a lot better. Because on the 9.9 I would cross step and then I would
be a little half a step for that last.
Yeah, at the awkward stage where I am doing a really wide hang 5, or if I could do 6 steps, I'm really close and I can't really get back properly.
So it fits 4 better.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm stoked with it.
Nice.
I feel I can really connect my waves more rather than just we get to the nose on the 9.9 and then I'm running back and then trying to get into a turn. Ends up being a half turn. And I think with the wider nose a little bit, it'll be a bit better.
Too, 'cause it's not super hollow.
Yeah, it's a bit more fat, so that'll work a bit better.
Oh, your board's done.
Sweet.
The repair on the first one.
Oh, cool.
Old Faithful.
Since I've gotten the first board from him, he's been shaping my longboards, my fishes, and I honestly love them so much. I get the first board I got from him, I still have, and I'm obsessed with it. I never want to give it back, but I put it through the ringer. It's pretty dinged up, but it's still my favorite board to date.
It still looks beaten up and well used, but at least it's watertight.
It's well loved.
Yeah, it's character. It's just there's so many little just Looks like what mine end up like too.
Airport dings, boat dings. This one's been to like 6 countries, 7.
Solid.
Even like the top of it, what is it? All the cracks along the middle.
Your feet.
You can tell that do not walk
They
lightly.
weather up the whole thing.
It's like a new board.
Yeah, like it's all.
It's so nice. Took my 3 years of wax off of it. That was just a really bad brown. I can't wait to ride this board again. I mean, my new one's really good, but this was like first love.